Keep refreshing.
Oh, it's loading.
No. Okay.
Oh, oh,
I think
yeah.
I think we're live.
Hey, hey!
Hey,
Wait,
hey.
let me make sure the audio is coming through.
Audio coming through.
Okay, awesome. We're live.
Yeah, let's go. Finally.
Okay.
Dude,
Tech
mild heart attack.
issues. All right. I guess hello everyone. This is Alex. Welcome to the 9th episode of the Masks Off podcast. Um, we've had some technical difficulties tonight. I am taking over Caleb's position as the tech guy, I guess. We're kind of restructuring a lot of the podcast, so had a little some difficulties, but we are hopefully on track. We're gonna try some different things tonight, but we appreciate your attendance. If the rest of the crew would like to introduce themselves.
Hello, my name is Arlo. Uh, I'm still here. It's crazy, right? And I'm very excited for Persona 4 on PC.
Pog, let's go. I think I'm next, right, Alex? Or do you
Yes, yes, alphabetical.
Oh, Pog. Okay, hi, I'm Camden, of course. And motherfucking Persona 4 Golden got on Steam and I called it. I fuck. Oh, wait. Oh, shit, I was muted, wasn't I?
Nah, most of that
No,
most of
you're
that came
good, you're
through.
good.
Most of that came through.
Almost all of that came through.
Yep.
Shit, okay. Go.
Now you look even stupider than you would have if you were just regular muted.
Oh,
God damn it,
already?
Camden.
Jesus Christ, it's not even 5 minutes in.
This has been the greatest podcast, and it's been what, 5 seconds?
Just stop me from talking for the time.
All right.
Go, Dallin, go.
Dallin, would you
Oh,
like
okay.
to announce your arrival?
Hold on. Okay. All right. Hi, I'm Dallin. And Last of Us Part 2 comes out in 3 days, 3 hours, 18 minutes, and 53 seconds!
Dallin, would you like to announce your arrival? All right.
Well then.
In that case, hey everyone, welcome back to the Mascots Podcast, episode 9. Today we are going to be doing a much shorter video just to do some testing and, like Alex said, rescheduling. So today, for our first topic, we are going to be talking about the biggest reveal, probably, for PlayStation stands like myself. The PlayStation 5 reveal. Would anyone like...
Huh?
You cut out at the
Oh,
last one there.
Oh shoot, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I kind of my brain just kind of like died for a second. Repeat the last part.
What do you guys think about the PS5 reveal?
It looks like a router.
Oh my
It
god.
looks like it looks so dumb, and it's supposed to be so expensive.
Yeah, no, that thing's okay. I understand the mini fridge being like $500 or something, but like I already have an internet provider and a freaking TV and everything else provided for me. I don't need another router. But
I don't need
will
that
say-
Comcast bullshit anywhere near
Dude,
me.
exactly right. But I will say on my behalf, that I think the idea of a small console is cool.
Well, it's not supposed to be small. It's supposed
Oh.
to be like actually kind of large.
The fuck?
Yeah, like it's supposed to be like. Have you seen it compared to the controller?
Okay, I've seen like pictures of it and like the controllers and stuff.
Yeah,
I
the
haven't
controller's
seen, like-
standing next to it. It's supposed to be like the size of an Xbox 3, like a little taller than an Xbox 360.
Dude, I was gonna compliment it on being like compact, so I could carry it with me. The fuck? Okay. Whoa. Okay. Whoa. Okay. Well, I take back my statement. That's kind of. I don't know. I'll let Dallin talk real fast, and then you know, I thought I've been lied to this whole entire time, thinking that this console was like small. Dude, what? Okay. Go. Anyway, go on, Dallin.
Okay, so I was on Twitter today, and I saw on Twitter by this guy named MBG, MBGX on Twitter, if you want to follow him, and he said the PS5 Standard Edition is $4.99.99, and the PS5 Digital Edition is for $49.99, and I guess that kind of makes sense. I mean, go off, but if it is bigger, I mean, it would make sense because you have like you're packing in basically the PS4 Pro into like a next generation console. So, Alex,
I mean,
Oh, okay. Uh, sorry. Yeah. I mean, you were saying what the price was gonna be about like 499.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, for me that makes sense. That stands to reason. They didn't really announce a price, so I'm kind of like, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. I was mostly there for the games, honestly. And games wise, things look pretty all right. I guess the only thing I'm really excited for would be whatever the Square Enix project was. That it's the same team that did Final Fantasy 15. I know I'm a big Final Fantasy 15 guy, so I kind of like that they're having a new project. But the hardware itself, really the only thing that really interested me in the hardware was the fact that they're making a diskless version, which terrifies me. Like
wait, what? A
there are
Oh,
there are two versions of
whoa.
the PlayStation 5, one with a disk drive and one without the disk
The, the
drive.
digital the digital deluxe version doesn't have a disk drive. It is going to be like literally if you don't want
A closed
anything other than
sandwich.
digital, if you don't want anything other than like
Digital
digital
games.
copies, which I mean is intelligent, but the fact that it costs more is stupid.
Yeah, no,
Yeah. Well, again, we
Like,
don't have official confirmation of the prices. Like
yeah,
Sony
that
has
is
not given us
well,
prices yet.
well, we can imagine that it's probably going to be like how much was the PS4 when it came out originally?
about
Does anybody know?
350.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can imagine they're going to go a little higher, especially with all the bells and whistles and shit that are on it.
Yeah.
It's going to be another bigger price console. I wouldn't be surprised if it's over 500.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I think there comes a certain price where you.
Surprised?
I'm
No.
not saying you're gonna
Disappointed
get
and
it, but
stupid.
like the stuff like the perks and stuff on it are close to a PC. So I mean, it's yeah. I
Well,
wouldn't be
my
surprised.
only issue is like if you're going to spring like if you are going to make that expensive of a console, why not just do like because I mean like Microsoft when the second their stuff because like the Xbox 360 was cheap compared to the PlayStation 3.
Oh yeah.
Like Xbox 360 was almost nothing compared to the PlayStation 3. And so that's why Microsoft started doing like all of the like they started releasing a lot of their assets to be put on computer because like that's a really big market. And so I just don't see why they wouldn't do something similar to that considering the fact that they're going to start making a whole lot more expensive consoles, so why not just start marketing your stuff towards the computer, sent towards computer because PCs are similar in price to that anyway.
Yeah. It's one of the things where I guess they know that people who will buy the PlayStation probably won't look into
Yeah,
making a
PlayStation
computer that cheap.
are people who are people who are like still interested in the console war instead of just having the mentality of we gamers man.
Yeah.
People who actually care about console loyalty are probably really going to be the only people that buy it.
The PlayStation runs on two things: console loyalty and exclusives, and that's it. And once those two things
Yeah.
fade, PlayStation's done. I mean
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
that's the way it is.
But same can be said for Xbox too. I think. Well,
Oh yeah, we've
well,
had this discussion before.
We've had
we
this
have
discussion
in a
of
previous
It's
But if
Microsoft
we reiterate what
literally
we've already said.
Microsoft literally by choice started to kill their own console because computers are the next generation.
Microsoft is starting to kind of go the way Sega did, but just better off, which is okay.
Yeah.
Let's start buying
But
studios.
then
Let's
again,
start
they
making
have the
software.
money to where if they they have the money to where if they do fail, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
While like PlayStation's kind of like I don't want to say they're not good off. That's a complete lie. But like
No.
if you look in the long run, Xbox has Microsoft. Xbox, it just makes sense that they'll survive even if this project fails. You know.
I see
Yeah.
what you're saying. Yeah.
Because Microsoft has the little gigantic market that is PC gamers. And
Yep.
Sony is surviving off of brand loyalty. And that is all they have going for them right now.
Yeah.
Not,
I mean,
not that it's like, not that people that are diehard Sony fans aren't literally the most ride or die people on the planet.
Yeah, because they are. Like.
Oh yeah.
People, okay, Dallin, don't even cap right now.
Don't even come out here, Dallin. We all know what you're about, dude.
He even smells a whiff of somebody's breath saying something bad about PlayStation. He gets on their ass about it.
Now, I'm only going to say this one thing, and then I'll let you all continue to argue. but as soon as Persona 6 gets announced for the PlayStation 5, y'all are all gonna be.
No, my ass is gonna be all
Right.
over it. If we get a Persona 6, which is bound, the Persona series is doing so well right now that it doesn't even matter if they made one or not. But if they
Yeah.
even if they do like a remake on the like let's say for shits and giggles they put Persona 3 Fez or something on like the PS 6 with like or PS5 whatever with like really high end graphics and shit. People are gonna get all over that. It doesn't matter. My ass will be all over it. I'm not gonna lie about it. I could say right now that I'm gonna buy the project whatever the fuck the Xbox, the mini fridge, the fucking mini fridge, and then
Series
say,
X.
hey, yeah, the Series X, and I'd be like, hey, I like Halo, I guess. Then I'll play Halo. But if I had to pick between having a really good exclusive or having like a company I've been with for several years, I'd probably go with like the Persona game. Because my computer,
Yeah.
my Microsoft computer is really bad, and I can't play Fez on it for some reason. I don't know why.
Well, I
We'll
mean,
fix that,
right
we'll
now,
fix that.
Persona, like, not, I was about to say Persona, but I mean, that's, when we're talking about PlayStation, everyone here is not talking about any of the other exclusives, really. We're
Yeah.
talking about Persona.
Pretty much.
And so,
Hey,
with
and
Persona,
what is it? The Last of Us. Dallin likes The
with,
Last of Us.
with Persona
Yeah,
coming to PC, starting to
wait,
take
that's
the same dive that Microsoft did, putting eggs into the basket of PC, you gotta think. I think they're also starting to notice. Well, they already know the fact that they're literally on brand loyalty and exclusives.
See,
And as they're starting to sell away, like they sold away a Persona game, which is a
Yeah,
really
which-
big market for the
which-
PC.
I'll
mean,
put
sold
I'll put
away is a
my,
bit-
I'll put
They
my 2
gave
cents
the
in
rights
on
to-
Golden going to PC in a minute. I'll wait till we go and move to that topic, but I have a lot to say about that, especially for Microsoft. But anyway, to move back on the PlayStation
Yeah.
topic, I think that depending, especially if I'm right, I need to check all this. See, this is why I'm really bad at this. I say all this shit with no like backing up. I'm 99% sure that most of the like bells and whistles or like the stuff on like the Xbox and the PlayStation are a bit about the same. I will say that design wise, I think I don't know really. Is it just me or does the PlayStation 5 look like the Astro Boy?
Oh my god.
Like,
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Podcast.
Oh my god.
or Mortal Kombat 11's what do you call it? What's her name? Crania or whatever. The girl that you know what I'm
The
talking
time
about?
bitch.
Yeah, the time bitch. Yeah, her who can like literally wears all white. I swear. I don't know. I will say the only design that I really like from PlayStation so far is the 4. I'm actually borrowing Caleb's with what do you call it? PlayStation 4 right now to play Royal, and I actually really like the feeling of like being able to carry it with me. It's a nice console.
It's travel sized.
Yeah, and not only that is there's also a stand that comes with it too. So like I feel like I'm looking at a Wii. You know what I'm talking about? So like it's kind of interesting to look at the PS5 and look at the design aspect of it. I don't know. I think the idea for it's really cool. Looking at all the stuff it has and that in the size of it is really big. I think that anything that has really good data and runs really well, and we don't know how it runs yet, but I'm pretty sure it's going to run pretty well. And like that size, it has a lot of potential, and I would not be surprised if it's going to cost a lot of money. So I would say, give our predictions now. I'm probably going to say it's around $450, probably.
That's a fair.
That's just me though.
That's-
Sorry if I'm going on tangents.
No, you're
I
good.
don't know. I just don't know how I feel. I don't know how I feel about this PlayStation because like, I don't know. Every time I invest in a PlayStation, I'm ever using it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still gonna hold true to my thing of the PlayStation most likely will do better than Xbox based off exclusives.
Definitely.
I am a little
Brand
bit.
loyalty, baby.
It's a brand I've never actually bought from that I'm still loyal to. Woo. Anyway. But it's. I don't know. I'll admit the event left me slightly underwhelmed. Maybe because I watched it while really tired for no reason because it was the day I graduated. So I wasn't exactly fully focused. There was like one announcement that I was like, oh yay, the new Luminous Studios Square Enix project. Everything else was kind of like, this is not gonna sell the console.
Yeah.
Like there wasn't anything software wise. That was a jumbled mess. What?
Dallin, what the hell did you just say?
Okay, y'all are sleeping on this. We have had, for the announcements so far, Horizon Forbidden West, Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales. What is it? I'm looking at the list right now. I'm scrolling down. Resident Evil 8
Oh,
Village.
Resi. Yeah,
Dude,
Resi.
I'll give you
Resi's a big
Resi.
one.
I
Like,
don't.
y'all like talking trash about this. Like, oh yeah, you Xbox fans. Y'all, oh, what do y'all have? Halo? Like,
I mean, yeah, that's what I've been saying, but at the same time, Horizon will not sell a console. And you're not going to convince me it will. Resi, maybe, but Resi tends to be multi-platform. Now, I haven't kept up with the most recent games, but Resi usually goes multi-plat. And a lot of the games they said doubled PC. A lot of the ones I was interested in, I saw, oh, they're also doubling PC. We didn't get a Final Fantasy announcement. We didn't get a Persona announcement. And while I'm very biased towards those franchise,
Oh yeah.
I do think they kind of have a better. There wasn't. I don't know, man. Miles Morales. I did forget Miles Morales, which I'm very excited for, actually. Not to bring that up, because Miles Morales is better than Peter Parker, and I'll fight over that. But
I can agree.
He's a more compelling character.
absolutely, 100%. But
Peter Parker is the merriest superhero we have.
yeah, well, he's just the. I don't know if we should go into this now. I don't know if it's like the right. I don't know if we should go that off topic, but Peter Parker's just the most like. Because he was written as one of like I don't know if one of the first superheroes, but he's the most basic bare bones superhero because at the time that's just what they had.
That's what superheroes were.
Right? Yeah. Miles Morales just took that formula and made it better. And so them making the next Spider-Man Miles Morales was just the most logical step for that franchise to make a sequel off of Spider-Man. Spider-Man Miles Morales, the game. I mean, it makes sense. I assume we're gonna get expansion of the city. I didn't get to play Spider-Man, but I'm excited for the Miles Morales one. Oh, the Ratchet and Clank game. That was probably my favorite announcement. That looked real good. Just visually and just everything of that. Hopefully, I'm hoping it kind of.
Love me some Ratchet and Clank. Sorry to cut you off.
No, you're good, but like
Overclocked
it.
Ratchet and Clank. Praise.
God,
Yes.
it was good. I was just I don't know. Just disappointed that the last thing was Horizon. I don't know. I don't not like Horizon. It's just it's not a system seller, and I'm like, you're leaving off on Horizon. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Like,
Horizon-
announce.
Like Zero Dawn wasn't terrible, but
No,
definitely
it was a-
wasn't.
It's not a system seller. Like, Last of Us is a system seller. Uncharted, that's a system seller. Like, those are the games like we're looking for. We're not looking for Horizon.
Yeah, Persona used to be a system seller, but now it's come. But 4 is on PC.
Well,
And,
okay. First,
Hey,
Sony doesn't own
Halo.
4.
Halo started with Reach. That's all I'm saying.
No, I mean you're right. But first, Sony doesn't own Persona. It's owned by Atlas and Sega.
Yeah.
It's been exclusive to Sony. But Sony really doesn't have like a direct say on what happens to Persona. They've said that they really want Persona on their system, but ultimately it's up to Atlas and Sega where that goes to. But I'll get more into that once we talk about that, which we should probably do soon. But I don't know. My main worry is, oh god, they have a discless console. Please don't tell me we're going to only digital games. I don't want to do that. No, I like my physicals.
How hard are they trying to bankrupt GameStop?
God, I mean, hey, look, GameStop's dying anyway, but that kills the backwards compatibility. I just want to put my PS2 discs in a PS5 and have them play. I'm a simple
don't
man.
Hey,
Simple request.
it's makes them more money if they don't let you reuse games.
Oh no, you're absolutely right, and that's where emulation comes in.
Yes, sir.
Anyway,
Emulation is pretty much the future at this point if we don't get any good games
I mean, hey,
or
that's
good things.
only way to play Xenosaga. Anyway, any other comments on PS5 before we move? Oh, I'm sorry, Dallin, you want to do the transition? My apologies.
I'm just gonna say,
Be my
hey,
guest.
y'all are gonna be on it because right now the confirmed list is looking pretty golden. Now, speaking of golden, Persona 4 Gold.
Woo!
I can finally play a Persona game. I'm
Alright,
so
alright.
happy.
To confirm what Dallin is saying, we're now going to be talking about the best game in existence, Persona 4 Golden, for Steam.
That's a weird way of saying Sonic 06.
Shut up.
Hot take.
That's a good one though.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
All right. Do you mind if I lead us into this?
Yes, please. This is
Okay,
your
please,
thing.
So I think I've mentioned multiple times like that I'm like really I'm in love with like Persona as a series Persona 4 really got me into the Persona series as much as I am now, especially like as a person who likes characters and like story games and stuff. Um, I will say that it's really huge that Persona 4. It's kind of I was kind of expected to see this game be the one to get a port to a PC, or to get into any other system. Persona 4 Golden is probably one of their most high-selling games. One of their most recognized series is Persona 4, like Persona 4 Dancing, Persona 4 the fighting game, blah 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 blah. There's a lot of other things. It just Persona 4 fan base has so much around it. And I'm not even gonna lie, I was in the car when all this happened, and I popped the fuck off when I saw this was an actual real thing. I remember a couple days after, but after the leak before we even did this podcast, sorry, before the 9th episode, which is this one, Alex was sending a bunch of leaks like, holy shit, like it's not real, don't get excited.
Don't get
I was
hype.
I
Don't
was
get
like, what
hype.
do I do, right? And I can't even express how excited I was to see this game. I'll let somebody else talk about it real quick, and then I'll give my ideas as to why this happened. But if you guys want to say something first,
Arlo, if you want to go ahead, as a new player, because I know you're new to the whole
As
franchise.
somebody who has never once played a Persona game in their god-blessed life, to finally have the ability to play this extremely hyped game franchise, I am so looking forward to its arrival on PC, because now I can finally get the hype. I can finally see what y'all have been talking about for so long, because I've never gotten the ability to play it up until now.
I know you've watched Alex play Fez, I believe, but
I've
playing a
watched
Persona game,
about 15 minutes. Well, sorry,
Just the
it was
live
like an
stream.
hour.
Yeah, just the live stream,
yeah.
Just that was all that I've ever seen of
which
Persona.
was like nothing.
Oh, my fault then.
No.
I think I don't know. I think you're gonna have a really great experience. Especially playing a game on your own. Have you seen anything about the game at all, if I can ask?
Nope. I am a
You are
complete and utter nooblet to the Persona
You are
franchise.
going to have the time of your life. Please do me a favor, a small one, please. Don't look up anything.
All right.
The only thing that you should look up, if you need to, is the endings, as in how to get them.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. Nope, don't do
that's
that.
it.
Don't do
Well,
that.
no.
After I beat the game.
Okay. Well, no. After you beat the game, but there's a way to get a really, really bad ending, which you don't want, and it's kind of unfair if that makes any sense, because you get the ending without knowing how to play the game. So if you get confused as to where to go, or something like that, just I'm not saying look up the ending to the game. I'm saying there's guides online that tell you how to get certain endings that you deserve as a new player, rather than getting the endings that you don't deserve as a new player because you didn't know what to do. If that makes any sense.
Mm-hmm.
Also,
Because
I
I don't know. Yeah, because I know
Also music.
Oh, sorry, Alex, my bad. What?
was gonna say use a guide for the classroom scenes.
Yeah.
Just
Use
use a guide.
Use a guide for every classroom scene. Be the big brain boy. That's what you need to
Okay.
be.
All right.
Anyway,
I got you.
go ahead, Alex. I know you
Yeah.
wanted to say something.
Okay, yeah. I have a lot to say, so just if you have something short, say it now before I get into it. we
Nah,
good?
I'm good. I'll say my piece after you're done.
3 hours, 3 days, 2 hours, and
Dallin's got a heart tracker on when this game comes out.
Dallin is us when Persona 6. Oh no, Dallin is us when Shin Megami Tensei 5 starts getting more information.
Yeah.
Um,
Counting down the clock.
Counting down the clock to the best Switch RPG. Anyway, so
Exactly right.
Persona 4 Golden. My experience with the Persona franchise has pretty much been I've only played through Persona 3 Portable. It is not all the way through. I am at halfway, which by the way, they just I'm going through summer break and they go to the town from Persona 4 and they meet one of the characters and it's really cute when she's in middle school and I was like, "Oh, that's cool." Anyway, so my experience with the port. So first, never played Golden. So as a first time, the game itself is great. I have some issues with the port. It's very we didn't try, I guess. I don't know. It's not bad.
Yeah.
It's just text boxes are really big. Some of the optimization isn't great. It's very you can definitely tell that it is a Vita game. It's one step up from emulation. You know what I mean? Which it's not a big complaint. This is me nitpicking. This is me trying to find problems with it. You know what I mean? Like anything I can say that's bad about this port, I would then follow up with, but it's fine. Still play it like it's a must buy. Absolutely. From what I can tell right now, the writing is a little bit better than Persona 3. I feel like they shaved off a lot of like I feel like Persona 4, at least from what I've played so far, is a much more straight experience. There's less plot holes. Kind of, there's a little. You can get a little bit easy. It's easier to get into the characters. The emotions a little bit easier to come into, but it doesn't quite have as much of the highs like artistically. But that's just a personal thing. Right now, I'm loving the game. I have no issues with it. I'm hoping there's a precedent set with it. Um, this is the first modern Persona game we've seen on PC. Obviously, this is huge for Atlas. I think Persona 1 was on PC, but like that was when it was first released. It didn't have a Steam port, and it's Persona 1. Does it even exist? I don't know. I thought it started at 3. But you know, I do think that the question that I think Arlo did bring up earlier is this Atlas going away from PlayStation? I don't think so entirely. If that's the case, am I opposed? Absolutely not, because I don't want to have to buy the PlayStation 5 to play other Persona games personally. As much as I am brand loyal to PlayStation, once you get my Final Fantasy and my Persona off it, it's dropped. Like,
I think it'll probably all depend on the sales.
oh
Because
yeah.
if Persona 4 sells really well, which it
I see
is,
it.
by the way, the day it released, it was top of
Hmm.
Steam.
Oh yeah.
Like
And Fanatical.
literally, yeah. And when the day it was released on PC, it literally topped the charts of sold in like a month. Like copies sold in a month, it broke records for like Steam and stuff. It's
And
crazy how many people bought it.
on top of that, it broke records for concurrent players. It beat like most MMOs in how many players were playing at the same time, which is huge. I really think this is a huge success for Atlas, which is going to excuse me, show them how powerful the Persona franchise is and how they can port it off the PlayStation and still be successful. I find it interesting they did For Golden. It's almost the perfect test title. It's one that's going to guarantee at the very least return on investment. Everyone who played Golden on Vita is going to buy it, and a lot of the already existing Persona fans who didn't get a chance to play Golden were going to buy it. But now it's also being used as it should be as an entry to the franchise, which is fantastic. They didn't put 5 Royals on PC. That interests me because that's the most recent Persona. My crackpot theory, which is might be wrong, is what they're going to start doing is they're going to be putting like they're going to announce Persona 6 and port 5 to PC, and then when Persona 7 comes out, they're going to port 6
Three.
remake to PC. I think we're going to be one game behind when it comes to PC, basically to keep one step ahead above emulation and pirates. We know that Atlas is very
Mhm.
aware of what's being done with their game outside of what they want. They're very adamant against emulation and against piracy, which I don't blame them for. This is the
Also, I would never emulate or pirate a Persona game. I respect the developers too much, and you should too.
Yeah. See, if you don't mind me stepping in just a tiny bit,
Mhm.
the only reason I would ever emulate a Persona game is because I don't have access to it. Because there are games like Persona 3 Fez that you cannot access anymore unless you some godly kept a Persona or kept a PS2 on you for some reason for years. And I didn't grow up with a PS2.
I feel attacked.
I am
Yeah.
Definitely don't still have my PlayStation 2 from grade school.
I am fortunate enough to get a Vita or to have a Vita. Sorry. So I got to play Golden, but I tried portable. It's just not my game. If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
I see it's a game that's meant to be more visual novel esque, but I wasn't really into it because most of the Persona games that I played consists of being able to move around, investigate your environment fully. You can walk every corner of the building. That's just my ideal way of it. Anyway, go ahead, Alex.
Yeah. So I mean, and
So-
I guess this is gonna be what gets me fired from if I ever get a job in the gaming industry. I have pirated the majority of the Persona franchise. The only reason I do it is Persona is extremely inaccessible. Portable, you can't buy unless you have a Vita. It's that's the version I play on my hacked Switch, and I'll admit I'll pirate it because here's the thing: when it comes to Fez, they don't produce new copies of Fez, and if you buy
They don't.
used copies, it doesn't support the developers. You know what I mean? It's just it doesn't happen. The same thing with like the Xenosaga franchise. You just can't buy it. It's not on any digital store. It's not being made anymore, and it's a PS2. It's a PS2 trilogy. Piracy is really your only way to be able to play those titles.
Would I
Um,
pay for it if it was on something? 100%. But it's just not accessible that way. That's what I see it.
yeah, absolutely, and that's the way I try to do it. I'll admit I don't hold to it as much as I should, but when it comes to Persona, I've pretty much stayed true. It's just the PSP titles. I don't have a Vita. Vitas are kind of hard to come by. It's hard to just kind of order one in. I don't know. I just haven't had the opportunity yet. I actually want to buy one because I could kind of see enjoying Persona 4 Golden on Vita more than on PC, just for the portability aspect, and also just having a Vita. Apparently, they're good for emulation as well. Um, this was one of the reasons I really want to see 3 on PC, the 2 duology on PC, 1 on PC, just get everything on PC because it's a good way of just keeping everything away. Because I'll tell you, if they port any version of 3 to PC, I'll stop playing my emulated copies. Like I'll just stop because I'll have a better and more compatible version that's easier to play, more accessible. It's just a better version. I mean, there was a PS Vita emulator pretty much made entirely to do Persona 5 or Persona 4 Golden. They just killed that emulator, which is what they want to do. They're killing piracy by releasing it on PC. And honestly, that goes for any developer who wants these emulators to stop. Port your shit to PC.
Yes, sir. And then it makes people like me who will either
It gives
not
access to the
spend the
general
money on a
majority.
PlayStation or just don't have the money to spend on a PlayStation.
Yeah, I mean
It,
that.
it, it it gives access to the general majority, which is what you should be doing as a company. I don't even
Right.
think it costs that. Depending, and I'll say my opinions for when I talk, but it doesn't look like when they ported this game to um to PC that they didn't really change much. I don't really think it'll cost that much to port it to PC.
No. The only thing, at least from my naked eye view, is that they upscaled textures. And
That
honestly,
that's all for the HD cutscenes
that's
from
it.
what I've seen.
That's it. Upscale textures, HD cutscenes, and they probably had to do some work getting everything like coding wise or whatever to work on PC. But
Widescreen, baby.
yeah, but like even then, you can release a shitty port and the fans will fix it. I mean, Skyrim exists. Um,
Hey.
I'm right
Fair,
though.
but hey.
I mean, hey,
Whoa.
look. It's. I didn't say Fallout. I said Skyrim. Okay, okay. Cut me some slack. Ooh,
Still.
my lights blinked. But yeah. So I'm sorry, but it's true. Anyway, off top. We're kind of getting off topic here, but just God, man, release your shit on PC. Hopefully, my hope is that this is indicative of a trend of Atlas releasing their games, and this goes beyond just Persona. Can we get
Final Fantasy.
Nocturne? Can we get I don't know, other Shin Megami Tensei titles? Like, come on, guys. There's some stuff y'all haven't localized. There's some stuff that could be remade. The 3DS games. They're on the 3DS. While the 3DS isn't horrible, I would much prefer to play Shin Megami Tensei 4 on my PC or Switch. You know.
Hmm.
But I'll leave it at that. I'm hoping this was a test run to see if Persona or Shin Megami Tensei has a market on PC, and I think we've proven it. So now we just got to cross our fingers that they start porting other things.
All right, me.
Yes, I
Yeah.
think.
Okay, I also have a lot to say. So where do I start?
where do you where do you start?
Oh my
Mo?
god, I'm such an idiot. My finger keeps falling off. This is why I hate being a mobile user. What the fuck? Anyway, okay. Okay.
You're good. You're good.
Oh my god, I did it again.
Cam,
Okay.
we gotta get you a better
So
PC.
yeah. Okay, my PC is just as. Anyway, uh, so starting off, I'm a very avid Persona 4 Golden fan. It's already obvious. I love the game to death, and I've said it before. But I agree 100% with this game. I believe to be a test run, and I'm really glad that they chose this game to be the test run game for their future project. If their future project is releasing more Persona games on PC, because I think that this is where the game like Persona series is going to start going. considering that. But would I wish, or sorry, would I have preferred Persona 4 Golden to get a re-release on PS4, along with Fez and such? Yes, I think so, because I think most of the people buy PlayStations usually who are Persona fans to play Persona. And now, if you bought a PlayStation thinking that Persona 4 Golden was going to get on it, which never was implied, but still, it would make the most sense. Nobody saw it was coming to a PC. There was no leads to it, no nothing, until like the leak started happening. But most people who bought like PlayStations hoping to play the older games won't be able to play it. But PC makes this game so much more accessible because now it's like what, $19 on Steam if I'm correct.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's how much it is on Vita. And now this game is just the perfect way to introduce new players into the Persona franchise, and it's not that expensive. And then if Alex is right, they'll continue to do the previous gens as they release new Persona games. Then that's perfect. That's a perfect way to get people on and to stop piracy. Because I will admit again, and this is if I ever get into the gaming industry too, this is what's going to get us fired. I have emulated Persona Persona 4, the original, and Persona 3 Fez, which I have not been able to play fully through because my computer is ass. I need to buy a better laptop, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, that's my own fault. But
Just
the.
build one, nerd.
Okay, listen, I'm broke boy, okay? This fucking broke boy. Anyway, for
It's
me,
cool.
aside from me being broke constantly, like I impulse buy. I know me, I have a bad impulse buying thing. But basically, um, if Alex is correct, this is gonna kill piracy for the Persona series at least. This will make things because it's even shown. Persona 4 Golden is one of the biggest games that sold on Vita, and there's all these memes right now. Like I saw the Persona 5 meme where it was like your chances of or your reasoning for having a PS Vita is completely none. It was a Persona 5 meme, but still, it's just funny to see that all those like Vita users. I tried so many years to get my hands on a Vita, and I finally had one. And like not even a year later, this game is now released on PC. So I think it's just funny. But I think it's the perfect game that leads us into more Persona games on PC because it's a good starter game. Especially it's a little. My problems with Persona 4 Golden as a game is one, it gets very grindy. You sometimes have to grind a lot to get to the level to beat the boss that you have to. And that's really my only issue with the game as a whole, which I hope they fixed a little bit in Persona 4 Golden for Steam. I don't think they did, but at least the gameplay will be a little more enjoyable, I guess. Having HD cutscenes is really, really nice. I will say that as a person who's played it on the Vita myself, it is very not disappointing, but they're really cool HD cutscenes that now we get to see on a TV or a computer monitor with HD sound and such. So it's much nicer and it's more accessible and it's so cool because like now you get to see all these cutscenes on your computer screen. Um, and it's just I don't know. I think as a person who I may have a little bias on the Persona series going towards Golden because I connected with it the most, but it's just really really cool to see all this like the HD cutscenes are awesome, but now people who haven't been able to experience because Persona 4 Golden is pretty different from all the other games in its own right. Um, Music different, gameplay difference. The bosses are cool. The final, cool bad guy at the very end is still my favorite villain to this day as a Persona villain, or he's just my favorite villain in general. Um, or they blah blah blah. No spoilers here. But anyway, I guess my final thoughts on this game being on PC is I'm really really happy to see it. More people who are not able to own a Vita can now play this game. I hope this leads us into getting Fez and Persona 3 on more devices. That would be really cool. And I'm really ecstatic to see that there's another Persona game that people can play, and it's as easy as being on a PC. And people like Arlo here can get into a Persona game, and especially one of the best ones in my opinion. But yeah, I don't know. I hope this leads us into getting Fez or Persona 5 on the thing. It's just a cool little idea. Anyway, that's at least my piece on it. I hope everybody who gets their hands on the game enjoys it and falls in love with it as much as I did. Because it's it's an amazing game that has an amazing story, and that's like the driving point of Persona 4 Golden is the story. It may be a bit grindy, it may be a bit cheesy to some people, but if you truly appreciate the game when you're looking into the characters. So I don't know. There's my short review of Persona 4 Golden for Steam. So yeah, I talk a lot.
Well, I guess does anyone else have to add before we
Uh,
sing?
I do not.
Not really. Just please buy Persona 4 Golden on Steam. Please. Oh, also, if you want it cheaper, buy it from Fanatical because they have it already like discounted. You get like $3 off.
Oh,
So that's nice.
best place to buy it is from there.
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, in that case, everyone, this concludes the Mask Off episode 9. Thank you for watching, and the last thing I have to say is The Last of Us Part 2 is now at 3 days, 2 hours, 40
Jesus
minutes, and
Christ.
It's not
You- you-
Persona. We don't care.
Yeah, you're in a group of. Listen, Last of Us will be sick. All right, it'll be sick. We promise.
yeah, weren't you just talking crap about the PS5 like a couple minutes ago? Like,
I don't know what you're
stick to
talking
your
I mean, talking crap's a bit of an extreme. We kind of just said that there's stuff to be desired. It still looks good. It's just it's.
Okay, bye guys.
Oh Lord, have a good
Bye,
week,
guys.
y'all.
Have a good week, guys.
Follow us on Twitter and join the Discord.
Hey, continue that countdown.
Oh yeah.
50.